everyone! We made it to the end of the week. All right, we're getting closer and closer to the end of our school year. It makes me happy and it makes me sad because I'm going to miss all of you. We still have a little bit of time left together. We have some learning to do next week and a little bit the week after. So let's enjoy all of this time that we have together. I hope you have a wonderful weekend ahead too, because it's Friday, and when it's Friday, that means the next 2 days are the weekend, because it goes Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Saturday and Sundays we don't come to school. So you're going to have 2 days off after this. All right, so today we are celebrating the letter S. Before we do that though, we better sing the Friday song to get our circle time started. You ready? It's Friday, what a happy day. It's Friday, what a happy day. It's Friday, what a happy day. What a happy, 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 happy day. Hooray! All right, let's get this circle time started. So you need a piece of paper if you have one, a blank one. If you don't, you can just write it in the air. We practice every morning during our live lesson as well. It's always good to practice it twice though, especially the letter S. S's are tricky. It is the first letter we learn about in kindergarten. That first week of school, we always learn about the letter S because S is in so many words and we need to know that sound. So hopefully you remember what an S says. We've been doing that since September. It says S, right? And an S is tricky to make. So that's why we practice it so much. We need all year to practice it. And by this time in the year, you probably know how to make it, but let's just review it. So we started at the top like we do every other letter. And it goes around and around and around. That's why it's a little bit tricky because an S is just made up of curved lines. And sometimes it's a little bit confusing which way to curve, right? A lowercase s looks the exact same as a capital S. It's just smaller. So when I make a lowercase s, it goes around and around. Sometimes you can think of it being two C's put together, but one is facing the right way and one is facing the wrong way. So if you think of it like that, you kind of start making a C like this, but you don't lift up your pencil. You keep going around the other way. And that's how to make an S. Okay, so please, please, please practice making an S because they're really important letters because they're in so many words. So many words start with an S. I thought, what are we going to do for circle time today? So I found 2 books that I thought we could do. The first one is an animal book, and the second one is a bit of a science book. So I thought we'd start with the animal book first. It's about spiders. So some of you are fascinated by spiders. The odd time we saw spiders in our classroom, and some of you would get up really close and you'd want to really investigate it. And then others of you, when you saw a spider, you did not like it and you would get a little bit scared of the spider. But you need to remember the spiders that we see around us, they are not going to hurt you. Okay, so when you see a spider, you don't need to scream and shout and make a big fuss. You can look at it if you want to investigate it, and if you don't want to investigate it, you can just step away. It's never going to chase you. It's never going to hurt you. Okay, so if you think, I don't really like spiders, and you see one, just walk away from it. You'll be safe. All right, so this is a nonfiction book. Nonfiction books are about real things, and this one is called Super Spiders. Those both start with the letter S. And the author is Jason Blake. So let's do some learning. So we've got our title page. It's got our title right there, Super Spiders. Then of course it has our table of contents like all nonfiction books do, or most. Chapter 1 is What is a Spider? That's page 4. Chapter 2 is Spider Senses, page 8. And chapter 3, So Many Spiders, page 12. So chapter 1, what is a spider? Spiders are creepy. Spiders are crawly. They're also very cool. Spiders have been around for a long time. They were even alive in the time of the dinosaurs. Spiders belong to an animal group called arachnids. There you can see two different types of spiders in the pictures. Spiders are not insects. How are they different? Their bodies have two parts. Insect bodies have three parts. So if you look up here, there is a picture of a spider and you can see the two parts of the body. They've even labeled them with numbers for you. Here is an insect. An insect has a head, a thorax, and an abdomen. Head, thorax, abdomen. But the spider doesn't have both of those parts, so that's one reason that they're different. Here is another difference. Insects have 6 legs and spiders have 8 legs. And last week we talked about symmetry. We talked about the line of symmetry. Remember how we learned that things that are symmetrical are the same on both sides. And that goes for insects and arachnids like spiders. So spiders have 8 legs and there's 4 on each side. They wouldn't have 6 legs on one side and 2 on the other. There's always 4 and 4. Right? And so if we ever put the invisible line of symmetry down the middle of a spider, it would be the same on both sides with 4 legs sticking out. Chapter 2, Spider Senses. Most spiders have 4 pairs of eyes. Add that up and you get 8 eyes. Even so, spiders don't see very well. Spiders don't have noses or ears. They smell through little holes in their legs. Spiders use tiny hairs on their legs to hear and taste too. Wow, friends, that's pretty interesting. So their legs are very, very important. That is their senses. And that's actually what we're going to read about later in this circle time. But so their senses, like hearing and seeing and smelling and tasting and touching, most of those are through their legs. So they smell through holes in their legs, and they use the hair on their legs to hear and to taste. Wow, that's pretty cool. What else makes spiders special? They make silk. Silk is super strong. Many spiders use it to spin webs. So it says, this is silk. A lot of spiders use their sticky webs to catch flies and moths. Sometimes they wrap the bugs in silk to snack on later. Kind of see that in this picture right up here. So it says a spider can eat 2,000 bugs in a year. Chapter 3, so many spiders. There are about 50,000 kinds of spiders in the world. Most spiders are small, but a few are very big. This one is the size of a dinner plate. Think about how big a plate is when you're eating dinner. That's the size of this spider. This is called the Goliath spider, and it's so big that it can eat a bird. Oh my goodness. I don't think that these spiders exist in Canada. I have certainly never seen a spider that big. Some spiders are bright colors. That allows them to crawl onto flowers and hide. Can you spot the crab spider on this yellow flower? Take a look, friends. Do you see him? There he is, right there. That's pretty cool that he's yellow. Some spiders take care of their babies. This mother wolf spider carries them on her back. Oh my goodness. They're carrying all those spiders. Baby spiders are called spiderlings. So we had learned earlier that in the week on Monday, we learned that baby owls were called owlettes, and now we're learning that baby spiders are called spiderlings. Some spiders can jump very far. You might even find this kind in your own backyard. Take a look. It says jumping spiders can jump 50 times the length of their bodies. There's a jumping spider. And that's the end. And there's the glossary that we always talk about at the back of the book as well. That's the mini dictionary. So there is some interesting new facts for you all about spiders. All right, so I was thinking about what other words start with an S, and I thought about seeds. And we've done this poem before when we were learning about, in spring, we were learning all about planting and things like that, and we were talking about the farm and how we plant things on a farm. And this poem is called Little Brown Seeds. Okay, so if you want, you could pretend you have some little brown seeds, and you might remember it when I say it. Little brown seeds, so small and round, are sleeping quietly under the ground. Down come the raindrops, sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. Out comes the rainbow, twinkle, twinkle, twinkle. Little brown seeds, way down below. Up through the earth they grow, grow, grow. Little green leaves come out one by one. They hold up their heads and look to the sun. So we know that seeds start planted in the ground, and then they will grow, and then they become plants. Okay, another word that I thought of that starts with an S is sun. And I love 3 songs that are all about the sun. So I thought we could sing them now. We've got Oh Let the Sun Shine In and You Are My Sunshine. That's Mrs. Lambert's favorite song. And Mr. Sun. All right, so hopefully you know these songs. Usually we would have sung these a lot in a kindergarten year, but this year we didn't get to sing as much. So you might know, your parents might sing a couple of these songs too, and if you don't, you can just listen and you can learn them with me, okay? Oh, let the sun shine in, face it with a grin. Smilers never lose and frowners never win. So let the sun shine in, face it with a grin. Open up your heart and let the sun shine in. Awesome. Okay, let's do You Are My Sunshine. You ready? You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. All right, and then the last one is Mr. Sun. Oh, Mr. Sun, Sun, Mr. Golden Sun, please shine down on me. Oh, Mr. Sun, Sun, Mr. Golden Sun, hiding behind the tree. These little children are asking you to please come out so we can play with you. Oh, Mr. Sun, Sun, Mr. Golden Sun, please shine down on me. And I love singing that song when it's a rainy day. Sometimes we can sing that song and hopefully Mr. Sun comes out. And sometimes that does work in our classroom. All right. Our last book, and I gave you a hint during our spider book, is called My 5 Senses. And senses are the part of our bodies or something that our body does with parts of our body that helps us take in information. So we've got one sense is called our sight, and that is what we see. Okay, the next one is our smell, and that is when we're smelling things, we kind of take in information. So if we were smelling garbage, we might say, oh, that's so stinky. Or if we were smelling flowers, we might think, oh, that's so beautiful. And that's because of our smell. And then we've got our taste. Sorry, friends. And we do our taste through our mouth. And we can taste different things like if things are sweet or salty, right? That's through our mouth. And then we've got our hearing. That's our sense of hearing through our ears. And we can hear if things are loud or quiet. If things sound beautiful or if it kind of hurts our ears. And then our last sense is our touch. And we can use our sense to see if things are hot or cold, if soft or hard, right? So we use our touch. So those 5 ways are ways that we take in information about our world. So let's read this book called My 5 Senses and learn a little bit more about it. I can see. I see with my eyes. I can hear. I hear with my ears. I can smell. I smell with my nose. I can taste. I taste with my tongue. I can touch. I touch with my fingers. I do all of this with my senses. I have 5 senses. When I see the sun or a frog or my baby sister, I use my sense of sight. I am seen. When I hear a drum or a fire engine or a bird, I use my sense of hearing. I am hearing. When I smell soap or a pine tree or cookies just out of the oven, I use my sense of smell. I am smelling. When I drink my milk and eat my food, I use my sense of taste. I am tasting. When I touch a kitten or a balloon or water, I use my sense of touch. I am touching. Sometimes I use all my senses at once. Sometimes I only use one. I often play a game with myself. I guess how many senses I'm using at that time. When I look at the moon and the stars, I use one sense. I am seeing. When I laugh and play with my puppy, I use 4 senses. I see, I hear, I smell, and I touch. When I bounce a ball, I use 3 senses. I see, I hear, and I touch. Sometimes I use more of one sense and less of another, but each sense is very important to me because it makes me aware. To be aware is to see all there is to see, hear all there is to hear, and smell all there is to smell. Taste all there is to taste, and touch all there is to touch. Wherever I go, whatever I do, every minute of the day, my senses are working. They make me aware. So you don't even think about that, friends, but right now, think of what senses you're using. Okay, so you're watching me, so you're using your sense of sight or seeing. You're hearing me or listening, so you're using your hearing sense. You're not using your smell sense right now that I know of. You're not using your taste sense right now unless you're eating something while you're watching me, and you might be using your touch sense. I'm not sure. I'm not, because I'm not touching anything, but maybe you're holding an iPad or a phone to watch this video right now, or maybe you're touching, maybe you're with a stuffy, and so you're kind of touching your stuffy right now. So think about it right now. Think of what senses you're using right now in this minute. You're definitely using hearing and seeing. Okay, it is time for us to go for today. Let's do our goodbye song. You ready? See you later, alligator. After a while, crocodile. Be sweet, parakeet. Give a hug, ladybug. See you soon, raccoon. Out the door, dinosaur. Take care, polar bear. Blow a kiss, goldfish. Bye, friends. Have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you back on Monday at our 8:30 class. Okay, bye.